Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been gone for a while, but I am back, and today I am going to do a review on the E.l.f. Studio Line brushes. So if you're interested in seeing what I have to say about these brushes, then please keep watching. Bye. Okay guys, so these are the brushes I'm going to be reviewing. These are the brushes from the E.l.f. Studio Line, and they come in a pouch like this. Now, the good thing about these brushes is that they're very affordable and they are beginner friendly. So I will highly recommend these to like high school students that are just starting into makeup. I would really recommend these. Also, you can get them even cheaper than what they already are. E.l.f. always have promo codes where you can get half off the Studio Line or half off brushes of that sort. So this set is originally $30, but you can get it for $15. And these are the brushes. This is how they look. Now, I do have some of the updated brushes in this kit, but I will let you know which ones are the new edition brushes, of the Studio Line. But this brush kit comes with 11 brushes. This is the little pamphlet that comes in the book. And it tells you of the brushes and what you could do with the brushes or how to use the brushes. Now for me, I don't use some of the brushes for what they're supposed to be. I use them for my purposes of what I feel that I want to use them for. You don't have to use the brushes for what they're for, and that's why I kind of like makeup brushes. You can use them for what you feel like you want to use them for. And it just gives you information about the brushes and what you should use the brushes for each of the brushes. Now I'm going to go through these really quickly. I'm just going to tell you what I use the brushes for and what I think about the brush. The first brush I am going to tell you about is the E.l.f. complexion brush. And it's basically a powder brush to me. That's basically what I use this brush for. When I use it, I basically use it for powder and just dust the powder over my face. Now this brush is really short handled. It's have a really short handle. That's the only thing I don't like about this brush. But the bristles are really soft, and it's really good quality for it to be E.l.f. So that's the complexion brush. The next brush I am going to tell you about is the blush brush. Okay, and that's basically what I use this brush for too, is for blush. And I absolutely like this brush for a blush brush. It's really soft, bristles are really soft. The handle is an okay handle. It's not as short as the complexion brush handle. It has like an angle to it. It like comes up and then has an angle to it. And I basically use this for blush when I use it. But sometimes I use it to kind of blend out if I contour, but I don't contour my face every day. I just contour my face on occasion. But this is a good blush brush. So that was the blush brush. The next brush I'm going to tell you about is the powder brush. Get that? Okay. And this is a flat top powder brush. And when I started using this brush, I fell in love with it. I use this brush every day. Now these brushes that I'm showing you are my backup brushes. So these are brand new brushes. I do have brushes the same brushes that I use on a daily basis. These are the backup brushes, so I don't use these brushes. That's why they're so clean and new. But yeah, this is a flat top brush, and I basically use this for my foundation, my liquid foundation. And it's good quality flat top brush. But for some reason, this brush is like stiff a little bit, but the first set that I got, the brush was not stiff at all. But if you don't like the stiffness of the brush, I suggest you like wet it a little bit before you put your foundation on it. But to me, it's still a good brush for foundation. It's good to buff the foundation in your skin. Really good brush. So this is the powder brush, and I use this for liquid foundation. Really good brush. The bristles are soft once again. The handle is long. So this is the powder brush. The next brush I'm going to talk to you about is the angled foundation brush. And I honestly say that I never use this brush, so I can't tell you how this brush is because I don't like to use these brushes for foundation. But I will say that the bristles are not soft, but kind of sturdy. But once again, I haven't used this brush, so I can't tell you how it is. Sorry about that. The next brush is the fan brush. Okay, if it focus, okay. And this is the fan brush. It is soft, and what I like to use this brush for is for when I'm highlighting. Like if I want to highlight my cheeks just a little bit on top of my cheeks, I just highlight it, or down the bridge of my nose. So this is basically what I use this for. It's good for what I use it for, but if you try to use it for anything else, I don't know how it would work. Maybe if you like put too much powder on and you just want to dust and just get an airbrush look, it could work for that also. But that is what I use the fan brush for, is basically highlighting. And this also is a really good brush. Next, I am going to talk about the concealer brush. Now, this concealer brush is really sturdy and somewhat stiff. Now, I normally don't use a concealer brush because I like to use my finger to warm up the concealer and give it a better application. But I did use this, and I will say that it is pretty nice. But I'm so used to using my finger that I always use my finger. But I did use it once, and it's pretty nice concealer brush. It would be great for beginners if you're looking for a concealer brush. Now also, you can purchase these separate if you don't want the whole kit. The next brush I am going to talk to you about is the contour brush. It is a dome shape brush. And I use this brush for several things. I use it to contour my nose for when I contour my nose. And I also use it as a good blending brush to get really into the crease and define the crease. So those are two ways that I like to use this brush, and I really love this brush. It's a really amazing brush. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the famous C eyeshadow brush. And this is basically what I use it for, eyeshadow. It's a really good, soft, sturdy eyeshadow brush. Really good for packing on color. Absolutely love this eyeshadow brush. I would highly recommend you getting this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush over the dollar eyeshadow brush. Okay. The next brush I'm going to talk to you about is the e.l.f. smudge brush. Small smudge brush. And it's really small, as you can see. The only thing I use this brush for is if I'm putting color underneath my waterline, or if I really just want to concentrate a little bit and put color in my inner tear duct area, which is great for doing that. Some people like to use a pencil brush, but to me, the pencil brush is a bit too big, so I like to use this brush and just put color in the corner or smudge color under my waterline. So this is really, really good brush. Next is the small precision brush. And the only thing I like to use this brush for, as you can see, it has like a kind of a shape to it. I like to use this for my eyebrows when I do concealer around my eyebrows. It's really, really great for that. This is the only way I use this brush, and I absolutely love it. Okay. The next brush I'm going to talk about is the small angled brush, which is basically an eyeliner brush, and that's what I use it for when I'm using my cream liner. And I do it a line across the top lash. That's basically what I use it for. It's really good and sturdy, so it's good for cream liners. Next, which is I think is the last brush that comes with the, is it? That was actually the last brush that came with the kit. So now I'm going into the new additional brushes that they added to the studio line. Now my absolute favorite brush that they added to the studio line is the Stipple Brush. And this is how it looks. Basically look like a dual fiber brush. And I absolutely love this brush. I use this brush for basically everything dealing with my face. So the first way I like to use this brush is if I just want a light coverage of foundation. I use this brush because it picks a minimal product. So I just like to dip it in and just stipple it on my face and buff it in a little bit and give it an airbrush finish. Also, I don't like overdone blush. Half the time I really don't want to put on blush. So if I just want just a little bit of sheer color on my cheeks, I use this brush because it picks up minimal product and it gives you a nice light coverage. So that's what I use this brush for. Also, if I just want a little bit of a tan or shimmer on me, I use this brush for my bronzer just to give it a nice airbrush finish. So you can pretty much use this brush for almost everything, especially if you just want a light coverage and an airbrush finish. So I absolutely love this brush, and this will be the first brush from e.l.f. that I would recommend. This is the #1 brush that I would recommend. Okay, also they added the lash and eyebrow comb, and it's like this, and basically that's what I use it for, to brush my lashes and get them in place for when I do my lashes. Really good basic lash and brow comb. They also added this angled contour brush, and as you can see, it's angled. And that's all I like to use this brush for, as well, is depending on if I want to use the dome brush or I want to use the angle brush. I use them to contour my nose. This is the only way I use this angle brush. Also, you can use this brush if you really have like a big eye socket area. It could be good for getting into your crease and blending. And then last but not least, the last brush that they added to the collection is the angled eyeliner brush. And basically it's angled. And I also like to use this for cream liner for the top lash. It's really good, but to me it's kind of thin, and I just like to use the regular angled brush and do the line and get it over with. But it is a really good brush, but I like to use this one. Okay, so that is it for my E.l.f. Studio brush review line. Okay, these are the brushes. I do recommend these as far as beginners. I do have my Sigma brushes that I absolutely love that my boyfriend bought me, but for some reason I still love to use the E.l.f. brushes. So I hope that this review was helpful. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment. All of my other information will be down in the bottom bar. And I'll see you soon. Bye.